Welcome to today's workshop, CPT workshop, Curricular Practical Training workshop. My name is Ndidi Amadi. I am one of the assistant directors of career counseling within the CDO office. So for today's agenda, I want to describe what CPT is. I want to talk about who is eligible for CPT, finding CPT eligible positions, the application process and timeline, and I want to go over some frequently asked questions and then provide time for you to ask questions as well. All right. So what is CPT? CPT, Curricular Practical Training, is a temporary work authorization for international students on F1 visas. It allows for international students to work both on and off campus during your academic year after one full year of study. So that's a fall and a spring semester. To begin work, prior approval is required, and the work experience must be related to your academic program. And because CPT is first and foremost curricular, you are also required to enroll in a correct CPT course, either legal practicum or if you're taking part in field placement, one of the field placement courses. CPT is required for all paid and unpaid positions. And CPT is available during the academic year, part-time only for the fall and spring semesters. The maximum amount of time you are allowed to work is 20 hours. However, during the summer, you are allowed to work full-time, 40 hours a week. CPT must be authorized on a semester by semester basis. There is no ongoing CPT, even if you are working with the same employer. It has to be approved on a semester by semester basis. Let me admit this person in the waiting room. All right. There is no limit on the number of semesters that you are allowed to do CPT. However, CPT must be within the academic semester. So for example, if you were applying for CPT this fall semester, the academic dates would have been August 25th, which is the first day of class, and go through December 15th, which is the last day of finals. So keep that in mind. Sometimes we have had students who wanted to work before the semester started, and they would submit their applications that way. And then we would have to go back and let them know and tell their employers to issue a new offer letter, which just causes more time and delays the application. If you are ever unsure about when you can work, feel free to email the CDO office, and then we can just touch base with the records office to make sure that your dates are going to be within the fall, spring, or summer semester. A student is made eligible for post-completion CPT if they have completed 12 months or more for this OPT. This should say OPT. A student is made ineligible for post-completion OPT if they have completed 12 months or more of full-time CPT. You shouldn't really have that problem because most people are not doing 12 months or more of full-time CPT, but this is just for your awareness to know that you will be ineligible for post-completion OPT if you have done full-time 12 months of CPT. To receive CPT work authorization, you must fulfill a curricular course enrollment requirement, and your proposed job or internship must be directly related to the study of law. You may fulfill the CPT curricular course enrollment requirement by enrolling in Legal Practicum 6695, which is a free 0-credit course. The CDO will provide you with the academic advisor letter after we have received your materials and reviewed them, and the registration form for that course. Alternatively, if you are doing externships through the field placement program, you will fulfill the curricular requirement by enrolling in the required field placement co-requisite course. Yes, questions. Go ahead, Leah.
We can still only see the first page of your slides. Would you mind jumping forward to the slide you're on, please?
Yes. Can you see beyond the first page now?
No, I can't.
Thank you for speaking up. I wonder why that is. How about now?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. All right, so this is the agenda. Okay, so I'm going to jump to where I was. And if you need this presentation after, I can email it to you. All right, so we are here. This was my last slide. All right, so let's move on to eligibility. To be eligible for CPT, you must have F1 status. You must have completed one full academic year of study. The employment must be directly related to your field of study. And you must have an offer of employment before applying for CPT authorization. I want to talk about how to find CPT eligible positions. The job search that you're going to go on is going to be typical. You're going to go through core, but I also want to provide you with an additional resource that is new, and it's called InterStride. And this will help you not only look for internships, but also help you for post-graduation. So I just wanted to throw it out there. So what InterStride is a career development platform specifically designed for international students to help them navigate job searching, visa requirements, and career planning. It provides tools like the job search, filters for visa sponsorship, country-specific career guides, H-1B visa sponsor data, and resources for OPT and other work authorizations. This platform also includes educational content like webinars and workshops on topics such as post-graduation immigration options and networking strategies. This is just how the website looks. I pulled this up. You're able to get into InterStride if you go into core and go into where you need passwords and things of that nature. The InterStride information is in there. It's in our resource library. So that's how you're going to be able to create an account, look through InterStride, look through jobs. And it's just a very helpful tool. They also have acquired Going Global recently, which is how students have looked for jobs abroad as well. So please check into InterStride. But to look for CPT eligible jobs, you should just be able to look through core and apply as normal as possible. So the application process and timeline, again, you're going to acquire your job or internship first. Then you're going to submit your application through a form on the CDO website. And I have slides on that later on in the presentation. And then one of the career advisors will review your applications. If we have any questions about your application or something is missing or unclear, we will reach out to you. And then this is really important because we've had issues with this in the past. Please allow for 20 business days for processing of your application. As soon as you get your job, please apply and allow for the maximum amount of time. And the reason being is that there are more than one offices involved with this process. Yes, our office does take part in this process, but ISO does as well. And ISO is for the entire university. So you can imagine the volume that they have in processing CPT applications. So you want to be courteous of their office and their volume and their processing time, and also what we need to do on our end. So please allow for 20 business days to process your applications. We have had times where people wanted their applications in 24 hours during the holiday, over the weekends. So that's not feasible. So I'm just putting this out there now. Allow for the maximum amount of time. Most times we are able to move quicker, but that is not always ideal. After your materials are approved, you will receive your materials back from us, the advisor letter and the registration form if it's applicable. And then you will submit your materials to the ISO portal. So what does the application entail? It's going to entail the offer letter, the proposal letter, and an unofficial or official transcript. So let's break that down a little bit. The offer letter. Your offer letter will need to be on letterhead from the organization offering the training that includes the following: the full formal name and address of entity issuing the paycheck, if you will be receiving a paycheck, the address where the training will take place, and then some students have gotten remote opportunities. We'll still need the address, the physical address for that, just so your application doesn't get kicked back, even if you are working remote. The title of the applicant's position, legal intern, legal extern, judicial intern, things of that nature. A detailed description of your duties, numbers of the hours that the applicant will be training per week and pay, the exact dates of the applicant's training. We need the start and the end date, and this must match the start and end dates on the proposal letter, and a dated signature from the employer. Electronic is okay. For the proposal letter, you will need the type of training that you would like to do and how the proposed training is directly related to your field of study, the specific responsibilities and duties you will be undertaking at the position, your expected month and year of your graduation, your position title, the full formal name of the organization where your training is to take place. Again, even if it's remote, we still need that address. The city and state where the training is to take place, your expected hours and pay rate, a dated signature, electronic is okay. The exact dates of your training start and end date must match the same on your offer letter. And then finally, the course name and number that you are enrolling in. Example, Legal Practicum 6695. If it's field placement, you're gonna check with the field placement office for the correct course that you are registering for. And that will go in your proposal letter. We also have sample proposal letters in core as well. And I have a shot. This is not the full letter, but this is just what it looks like. And this is found in core. And then, so to find some more information about everything that I've said, you're going to want to go on our website and then go to resources, click on international students. We talk about CPT, what is required, how to apply, and you will find the form that I mentioned where you will upload your materials. This is what the form looks like. It's not the full form, but this is what you're going to be putting your information in. It's going to ask for offer letter. It's going to ask for proposal letter. It's going to ask for your transcript, things of that nature. But the form does look like this. And if you need additional information about CPT or just other information that you could possibly need, you're going to want to go to the ISO's website. This is the CPT portion on the ISO's website. So feel free to look at their materials as well. All right, so if you were not paying attention before, please pay attention now. What happens if you do violate CPT? This is not the climate where you want to be working unauthorized. This could result in the loss of F1 student status, potentially leading to your CVIS record termination, a requirement to immediately leave the United States. It could hinder you from coming back into the United States. And there may be ramifications for future immigration benefits. So remember, unauthorized work equals a violation of F1 status. This is completely avoidable. So please make sure that you do all the steps that you need to. Please make sure that you have the proper authorization before you begin working. There is no retroactive CPT. You need to have everything in place before you begin working. Some frequently asked questions. Can I work CPT full-time? The answer is only during the summer. In the fall and spring, it needs to be 20 hours or less. Next question, do I have to apply for CPT every semester? That answer is yes, it's not on a rolling basis. This question, can I start work before my CPT is authorized? No, please no. Next question, is there a limit to CPT? There is no limit to CPT, but remember the caveat, if you have CPT full-time for 12 months, that's going to affect your eligibility for OPT, but that should not be a problem as you're only allowed to work full-time in the summer. So it shouldn't add up to 12 months. If the opportunity is unpaid, do I still need CPT? The answer is yes. Can I apply for more than one CPT at a time? Sometimes we have students in the summer who have 2 part-time positions and they are able to apply for more than one CPT at a time, but you will need 2 separate applications. Do I need to be enrolled full-time to apply for CPT? The answer is yes, you will need full-time enrollment. And then that is the extent of my information I'm giving. So we have time for questions. Anything that I said, I also see, go ahead, Patricia, you want to put it in the chat, or if you want to come off mute.
Yeah, sorry if it's a little loud. But I was wondering whether we need CPT authorization to participate in the legal clinics.
Great question. And some legal clinics actually do require CPT. I would want you to ask the clinic director if the one that you are applying for will need that, because some on-campus opportunities are viewed as academic compensation. So it's like you're getting paid in a certain type of way and you're getting credit. So I don't have a list of the full clinics that will require CPT. So I would want you to ask the clinics and the clinic director. And I also see some of my peers online. If there is another response that you feel like the students need, feel free to jump in too.
Okay, thank you. So just reach out beforehand and generally we should be able to participate in the clinics
Yes.
one way or another.
Yes, ask if you will need a CPT.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other questions?
Hi, I joined a little late, so I'm sorry if you already addressed this. Could you explain again how like the CPT affects my eligibility for the OPT?
Sure. Okay, so CPT should not affect your eligibility for OPT. The only time it does is if you work CPT full-time for 12 months or more. But because CPT, you're only allowed to work full-time in the summer, it should not add up to 12 months of full-time CPT work.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Again, the form to apply is on our website. The sample proposal letter is in core in the resource library. And then our website does have information about CPT, right? Under resources for international students. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us and reach out as well along the process. Are there any other questions? Okay, seeing none, I hope you'll have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.